Good morning, Sat Shri Akal, everyone. Wishing you all a very, very happy Vaisakhi. I hope this Vaisakhi festival comes with joy and delight and takes away all the pains, suffering, and the misery the world is going through. Wishing you all a very, very auspicious Vaisakhi. On this auspicious day, let's talk about something positive. But before I start with, I have a very nice incident to share with you. When I was doing my post graduation, I had a friend called Himanshu. Now, he was absolutely a person full of joy, contentment, liveliness. But he always used to say, positive ki jagah, pose it. Now, I sometimes thought, why would he do such a thing? Instead of saying positive, he would always say, pose it. And I would think, why does he have to say like that? We are doing post graduation in English. And how come we are not able to pronounce the word positive? So once a play came our way and my teacher told me that you have to direct the play. So he said, Swarleen, let's go for pose it. I said, first of all, you stop talking about this pose it every time. Why do you have to say pose it instead of positive? He said, because I always pose it. I've broken the term positive, and instead of saying positive, I say pose it. Pose the way you want to live with all the energy. So I love the term and I apply it today. And wherever he is, I don't know, we lost the contact, but God bless you for giving me such a brief description of positive. Just pose it. Joy sparks the urge to play. Interest sparks the urge to explore. Contentment sparks the urge to savor and integrate. And love sparks a recurring cycle of each of these urges within safe, close relationships. I just now defined positivity. They all are the key elements of being positive. So, here today, I have with me a positive guru, VitaminG, as he is known as, a public figure influencer, keynote speaker, life and mindset coach. So, wow, what an auspicious day to welcome here from the expert's mouth. Welcome, Gagan. We welcome you, Gagan.
Hi, Swarleen. Good morning.
Hi,
Yeah,
good
hi, I can hear
morning.
you. Audible?
Uh,
Really?
yeah,
Okay.
well,
Hi, everyone. Good morning. Happy Baisakhi to all. And thank you, Swarleen, for having me here.
it is
And
an
such
honor.
a nice introduction. In fact, I feel very proud that it is that we're still in the learning phase. And yes, you give a very good example that, breaking down positivity into positive. That's again a great way. I've learned already something today new on this day. So this is wonderful.
Thank you
But
so
thanks for having
much.
me here. I've been following your show for last couple of days, and so much of
Oh,
learning
thank you
coming
so
through this
much.
platform. And
Thank you so much.
I feel more honored to be here and share my bit of journey. But yes, as I
Uh,
always say, I have not come this far to just come this far. There's a long journey ahead, and I'm sure so many people who are listening to us and they're safe at their homes. They are, trying to keep a positive attitude and spending good time, quality time with their family, because this is the time. हम लोग बहुत complain करते हैं कि we didn't have time, we don't have time, we don't have time. So now we have time, and as you said, the God has paused it. The nature has put a pause so that we can be positive, and that's the mantra for the day, for the year 2020, that amidst the diverse the all the wrong things which are happening, how can we stay positive? And this is again a platform which is sharing a lot of stories, a lot of content in terms of how at the comfort of our homes we can still learn, look at the gurus, look at the stories of people who have achieved so much in life. So wonderful. And in fact, they could not be a better day as we were talking. So this
Yeah,
is such a
absolutely. It just
and
came our way. You just said Monday, and it just clicked. It's such an auspicious day to talk about positivity, to start once all over again. Those who are actually not behaving the way we want them to change their lives. So, the very very first thing, we all want to know more about you. Tell us about yourself and how did you become a life coach?
Okay. How did I become a life coach? In fact, that's a very interesting, question. So I'll just rewind back to, I think 30 years back or 25 years back. Like I was a child. I'm the youngest child in the family,
Okay.
right? So usually the limiting belief is that the youngest is most pampered. The youngest has all the things to the avenue. But I was a different child. I have been introvert for what 30 years of my life. And today being a public speaker, of course it has come to me as a surprise also. But yes, going back to my journey 20 years back, it was I always knew that I'm made for bigger things. But since there are limiting beliefs about the life, that how things are going to happen, because of course dad had a traditional business, my sisters, my brother, they all were doing what there was family norm that okay, you have to graduate, you have to do this. But I was pursuing for excellence, but I never knew that how it's going to happen. So I came to Delhi in around 2005 for completing my chartered accountancy final year. And I'll take a pause and tell everybody who's online that I am the perfect example in terms of rejection is redirection. Waiting is also a redirection. Everything which has happened to in my life has put me on this path. If all those rejections, all those waiting times did not come, I would not have been in the situation right now I am, and helping people. So yeah, going back to 2005, I came to Delhi. I came here to complete my chartered accountancy final year. I've been introvert. I've been a studious and nerd guy most of my life. But there was an incident which gave my life a new direction. So I think if somebody knows, if your kids are doing chartered accountancy, that Agarwal sir classes and Ajay Jain is essential for you to clear the exams. So there was one incident happened that I went to enroll for those classes. My family was going through a financial turmoil at that point of time, and in fact I went there and said okay, I want to enroll. And usually what the days they took some booking amount, but that specific course had you had to pay exactly the whole amount in one go. So I'm talking about 2005. It was no NEFT or anything. It was not so prevalent. So I got back home and I spoke to father. It took me 2-3 days to arrange for that money. And I went back after 3 days after arranging the money. But by the time I reached there, there was some utterly good news or bad news which was waiting for me. The enrollment has finished, and I was like completely blank that this is what I came to Delhi for, all the way my studies for 22 years, and I have to now take a pause. So, but yes, it was a stroke of luck, that rejection, that it was it was a redirection for me. So, I said, okay, I will pursue. I will then try after 6 months. So, what in 2005 was IT industry was at boom. Like everybody else, I also started working with a call center. Ki, acha, chalo, some additional income will come through. But that gave me a redirection that I started realizing my own potential in terms of starting from small and having a lot of dreams. But then, of course, it was a limiting belief at that point of time that dreams are not possible. It's just that you keep your sorry, you keep your dreams, and some people die with it. It's okay if you don't fulfill your dreams. While I was getting the corporate, I started my corporate journey. I was getting a lot of promotions. I was always thinking that I don't have to be master of anything. I should be jack of all trades. So I was switching roles. I was going through that. फिर वो एक होता है कि अच्छा, if I achieve this money, if I achieve this designation, and that's specifically your ego booster, that अगर अच्छा I will become this, I will become that. But that's not the case, and I think many people go through this every day now, and we align to ourselves that a designation will add more value to us. But that's not the case, guys. And while I was going up the ladder, I realized that there's a lot of negativity and competition and jealousy at the leadership level also. Even if you look at CEOs and vice presidents, I am currently working as a assistant vice president digital robotics with an MNC. So I saw there's a lot of negativity, and how do we balance that? There were people who were working with me. They had difficult personal life. They were struggling with their personal life. They had a lot of money, but of course not peace of mind. So that was one trigger point which stuck me. And I was going through on my own turmoil in the relationships, and I somehow then in I think in 2014 I came across law of attraction, and like many people I was called to one network marketing meeting. I have huge respect for all the people who work there, and I learned a lot through that platform. But it was a short stint. But then because I was an introvert, I was not able to talk to people. But I was building on my communication skills. So I came to, I learned law of attraction then, and I sent a wish to the universe. Swarleen, this is a reference I'm giving that when people say that things don't happen, I remember having a conversation with my boss in a cabin. Then I said that, okay, I am going to UK from workplace next month. And she said, are you joking? This doesn't happen like that. I'm telling you, the fifth day, the CEO of the company from the UK, they mailed that they need a project manager who needs to be here for a period of 6 months. And I was in the third week, I was on flight to London, and it also was a second milestone of my life. And then once I reached there, I was of course looking for purpose. That I used to like motivating people, but I never knew that how did it help it. So I have a group on Facebook which is called Positive Minds, but it was earlier called Life is Awesome because I was using switch words to tell myself and tell my subconscious that okay, life is awesome, life is amazing. Like if anybody asks you how are you, my answer was awesome, I am amazing. Though I was going through depression myself at that point of time, right? So the words have a lot of power. And once I was in London, I was doing a lot of, of course, office work. And I came across a couple of life coaches there. And I was like, wow, this is wonderful. And because like, itna pad liya, I don't want to pursue psychology now. That's for sure. And it has a difficult term, right? But yes, I tried using, all my corporate journey experience of project management or people management of managing everything around and staying positive. But yes, I got a structure there. So while 2015 I was going through depression, and that's where I decided to change my pattern and my subconscious mind. And I think 2017, yes, it was one single day. It happens, right? It might have happened to many people that you wake up one day and you say, okay, this is what I want to do, and it happened to me. And Soleen, had my Facebook page, my website, one, and it was live in 24 hours. For things which are thinking for so many years in my life, it happened in 24 hours, and
Gagan, I
it's
think
been
your
3 years
voice
now.
broke. Gagan, I think your voice broke in between. Can you please come back with that? We would like to hear it.
Okay. Yes, yes. So I was saying, it was one day in 2017, I think somewhere in June, that I woke up, and I think it might have happened to many people that you wake up and you realize this is what you have to do.
Absolutely.
And within 24 hours, my website, my Facebook page, my Instagram page, it was all up and running. I had sent I had sent the welcome messages like you sent yesterday. By the way, congratulations for your new
Thank you
venture
so
which you
much.
started. I saw
Thank
that
you so
Facebook
much.
page yesterday,
Yeah.
and practically I could relate to it. And the same guy who didn't have I sent that message. I don't know how to 200 people in my list that okay, this is what I'm starting, and it's been almost 3 years now, and the journey has been amazing. I've counseled more than 150 people on a one-to-one basis, and in fact, during all this phase, I have become a better person because there are 150 stories which have inspired me, though I've been trying to help them. But what I have realized during my journey is that, of course, first rejection is redirection. Second is everything is possible in this universe. Everything. It's the limit in our mind which stops us, right? And the other question which usually people have is what is the solution to uh, procrastination or overthinking? Just take the step. Just take first step and take action. So that's the nutshell of it, and that's the journey now. And I am a blogger, I'm a writer, I do public speaking sessions, and I'm planning to write a book. I'm taking help from author Sherry around that. So he's great mentor. And there's so many people I have seen in last 2 years who have just come into my life, inspired me, have helped me, have coached me to become what I am today. I'm still open to universe so that I can learn more. But yes, imparting that knowledge is also very important. So this is the nutshell of my journey,
Wow, it
and
is
it's
commendable.
basically that I'm here today.
Wonderful journey. I think many of us have, benefited from this. But then how did this vitamin G came up? Popularly known as vitamin
Okay.
G.
Yes. So vitamin G, it has a, it again was an overnight idea which came to me. I remember, I think I went to attend, a TEDx talk of my one of my dear friend, and I think it was a year and a half back, and I remember thinking that we have so many supplements. I was going to gym at that point. We have so many supplements for our good physical health, right? And of course, there has to be some way which people connect with it. And I remember using this term so many years back, that for us to be happy in our minds, there should be one supplement which keeps us happy every day. So it was just an overnight thing again, that uh, vitamin G came into play. So I thought, okay, if there is something which is essential for our physical body, there has to be something which is essential for our daily mental health. So I defined it: vitamin G, daily dose of positivity. If you take it every day, if you come to my page every day, you will get something new which will keep you positive every day. Because what I believe is positivity is a choice, it's a mindset, it's a consistent effort. It's like taking shower every day. It's not that, and that's where people fall back and they say that positivity doesn't work, the motivational videos don't work. Yes, they will not work till the time you take action. And hence I started making it easy for people to understand quotations and put them into life, into action. That's where it came from. And then vitamin G, of course, is much bigger than vitamin Gagan. So of course G is the initial vitamin Gagan, but then it is replaceable, and it's one small part of it. You can say vitamin God, vitamin gratitude, vitamin goals, or anything. So vitamin G is
Wow.
replaceable. You can fix it as per your own need, right? But I feel happy, but I'm not egoistic that vitamin G is only Gagan. It is gratitude, God, and there's so many things around it.
Wow.
So it is essential for your daily mental health. So if you are not subscribed, go to my Instagram, Facebook, find vitamin G, and stay connected for a daily dose of
So
positivity.
of
So
course
that,
that means we can create our own vitamin. So like I
yes,
can create vitamin S. So what do you say
yes.
for vitamin S?
Vitamin S is like sparkling right now. Vitamin S,
Oh, oh.
it's all over Facebook, and you are inspiring so many people, sharing stories.
Thank you
It's
so
you know,
much.
it's
Thank you.
you can replace it with anything.
Yeah, of course. So I'm going to follow that. That will be a kind of an affirmation for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted to know there are people who come back with a question. We tried to stay positive. बड़ी कोशिश की बहुत दिन तो positive रहे, but then it doesn't work well, and we are pushed back. So what do you suggest them? How does one stay positive consistently?
Okay. So to stay positive, of course, choice that we need to make. Then we need to stay positive. The question I ask in many of the forums is that: are you a positive thinker or a positive person? There's a thin line between it. If you are a positive thinker, you might be negative person, but you think positively at some point of time. But if you want to be a really successful, very content and happy person, you have to turn into a positive person. How does it happen? Those positive thoughts have to be consistently, in your head. And how do you do it? For example, I mentioned it is like taking shower every day. If you need water to cleanse your body every day and to feel fresh. It's again doing those positive things every day to make it a habit. As they say that 21 days it become a habit and 90 days it's a lifestyle. So how to stay positive is so that you have to start looking for good in every small thing. Okay, as we started the conversation, coronavirus, the situation is very, very difficult. But what we all are trying to do is finding one small positive thing in this difficult time also. And we have, seen so many positive things happening. So how does one stay positive consistently is by when we wake up every morning, take a decision that my day is going to be super amazing. I talk, and these are the affirmation. I get up with excitement that something amazing is going to happen in my day. And it can be anything. It can be mom's cooked special dish. It can be one thank you letter coming to me. But again, it doesn't have to be about only taking. It also has to be about giving. Okay. So
Yeah.
if you have not received a thank you note, send a thank you note to 3 people or 2 people every day, because इतना तो किसी ने तुम्हारी लाइफ में किया ही होगा that you should be thankful to them. Maybe your first boss who gave you the promotion, maybe somebody who helped you, when you were getting stuck in your exam, or there's so many people we can be thankful to. So
Yeah.
creating a cycle of being thankful leads to a more positive attitude. And on this, I want to share a story, Swali,
Yeah.
that why is people ask me why is gratitude important? Okay, and gratitude has a lot of power for positivity. So I share this story usually. For example, you have you have two chocolates. You go out, okay, and you see two kids, okay, and you offer one kid a chocolate, and that kid comes, smiles, says thank you, and gives you a kiss on your cheek, okay, and then goes away. And at the same time, you offer chocolate to the other kid, okay, and that kid says okay, and her mom and his or her mom says that say thank you to ma'am or auntie or whatever, and that kid says thank you, okay, and that's where the conversation ended. But next day again you went there, you have only one chocolate which you can't divide. Whom are you more likely to give a chocolate this time? Tell me, Swali.
Of course, the one who's showing that gratitude,
Right.
you will, of course.
Right. So in this case, universe is that person who's giving us a chocolate, and we have to decide that we want to be the first kid or the second kid. Okay. So people
Yeah.
who think who are I have been the second kid. I have been non-thankful, but it was a choice I had to make because your parents push you, your friends push you. Then once you start feeling grateful from your heart, and it's about emotions, like that first kid did, because his or her mom did not tell to say thank you and smile and give a kiss on the cheek. It was the normal intent. So when we
Yeah.
do it to the universe gives us more. That's
Abs-
how the power of gratitude is, and it's the most essential part of being positive consistently. So practice gratitude every day,
Right,
because
right. We
because
have a, yeah, sorry.
yeah, yeah. Go ahead, please. Yeah.
Yeah, Vipinpreet, he has a question for you. When you are doing something new, many people criticize you. How much one can ignore that criticism, although the society in which we are living have important role in our life.
Okay, that's a wonderful question, Vipinpreet. And in fact, I relate to this question because 3 years back, when I started my coaching journey, and I received a lot of criticism in terms of that I am the same person who was negative, who was complaining about life, who was partying, who was going out. But now suddenly they saw a different version of me, and for them it was sudden. But in the background I was working on it for 2 years. It was a day and night effort. Of course people will criticize you because people who can't do it, what they will do is they will try and pull you down, because life is for them, life is about balance. कि अगर हम ऊपर नहीं जा सकते, let's get somebody else down. Okay, and to avoid criticism, um, you you focus on what you grow on focus, what you focus on grows, sorry. If you focus on criticism, it will grow. If you focus on your goal, that if you started something new, and if you have a very clear why, okay, your goal is very clear, the criticism will not matter. And the best example of it is the Tesla group of companies. Okay, Elon Musk, he's a game changer for this entire universe. The people never believed in him because he founded co-founded PayPal. He was thrown out of the PayPal with his, and he invested everything he had because he wanted to make this planet a better place, and he wanted that, okay, let's go to Mars. But there were millions of people criticizing him that, okay, what kind of vision is this, let's make this planet better. He was doing that. He was making planet better by electronic cars, but he was also thinking of getting new life on planet Mars, right? So he was criticized, but his goal was very clear, that he wanted to make it happen. And Vipinpreet, and to answer you, to sum it up, society of course has a very important role in life, but as they say, you have to be an odd one to be number one, right? If you want to fit into the society, you will fit into the society. If you want to change the society, you have to you have to be the odd one and make the change and focus on your goals, and importantly need to have a why very clear. If your why is not clear, you will falter down. The subconscious will feed that criticism because that I just want to do it, but your why is not clear. So why has to be very important. I hope that answers.
Yeah, I hope that satisfies your question. Coming back, what is subconscious mind and law of attraction? You've been actually telling people about law of attraction, and it works very, very well. We also want to know about it.
Okay. So, subconscious mind, actually, Swarleen, it is our life is driven by subconscious mind. Okay, and subconscious mind also has limiting beliefs. It has lot of trauma, happiness. It is about what you feeding your subconscious mind. For example, since childhood, we don't have choice to make decisions. We only make decisions or can think wisely after we read a lot, after we meet wise people. But since the college days, now we can understand the relevance of history. Maybe when I'm 35 now, I can understand the relevance of history and what to read and what not to read. But then it was like a black copy which had written history years altogether. Why we have to remember it? So coming back to the point, the subconscious mind drives our life on an everyday basis. That whatever actions we're taking through our subconscious mind. For example, you have to go from point A to point B. You don't know that you have to take 20 right turns and 15 left turns, and then U-turn and then reach your workplace or wherever you're going. But once you decide and put it on a Google map, your subconscious mind automatically takes you to that place. You don't count how many times you changed the gear. You don't know how many times you stopped on a red light. You don't remember that how many times you had to consciously take an effort to put on the indicator and take right. So it has all happened. Or आज की डेट में तो we use phones also while driving or talking also,
Yeah.
and then we don't get to know when we have reached our destination. What is that? That is the power of your subconscious mind. It is taking you from point A to point B. Okay. And jumping on to law of attraction. Law of attraction is, in a very simple words, thoughts become things. What you think of every day, you will become that person. And I will not be surprised if any question comes that law of attraction works or not works. Guys, if you believe it works, it will. If you believe it doesn't work, it will not. Okay. Very simple thing is that we all know the law of gravity, right? We all know if you pick up an apple and if you drop it, it's going down. But you don't know the mathematical formula to it, how gravity works, right? So similarly, for law of attraction, it is always working. It's just that you need to know how you can make it work better for you. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
So that means like whatever we intend to do, that becomes a reality. That depends on us how much we believe in us.
yes, yes. And just another example, for example, Soline, if you think of that someday you're getting late for work, उस दिन you will think कि आज रेड लाइट ना मिले, आज बॉस जल्दी ना ऑफिस पहुंचे, आज कार का टायर पंक्चर ना हो, आज ट्रैफिक ना हो. That will be the day you will reach late to your work or the place you want
Yes.
to. right?
That's so very true. That's so very true. In fact, I'd like to share. In fact, we had a word also that day. I was very small and I used to pick up a pen roller and start speaking. Even I don't remember. That's what after I became a speaker, something recalled into my mind. And but I had every day. Though I
Hmm.
wasn't doing anything regarding speaking or, I was just every time into education and I was teaching for so long, but still somewhere before sleeping at night, maybe it became an affirmation right from my childhood. I had that, I was speaking and people was listening to me. When
Yeah.
it actually happened, I thought, oh my God, yes, it happens. So, I mean,
Hmm.
I am actually a firm believer. So I called you up and, I wanted people to know, yes, that happens. It's how we reflect our subconscious mind and it actually gives us back the results, isn't it?
Yes, yes, that's true. And in fact, by your example, I remember since I've been a quiet child, I remember, giving man of the match speeches virtually after playing cricket with myself only, talking about how a match was. And at that point of time, I never knew that I'd be a public speaker someday. But then it was again, I was feeding my subconscious mind that, okay, I want to be on the platforms.
Yeah.
And law of attraction, it's always working. It's about, of course, feeding your subconscious mind with the right thing, and it has different version with different people. For example, Soline, it
Right.
can work for you in 2 days. It may not work for me for 2 months, right?
Okay.
But
Yeah.
it's thoughts becoming thing. Again, the second proverb which I use is faith it till you make it. Okay,
So
because the
true.
faith is very important, right? If you think it is going to happen, you want to make it happen, it will happen. If you have the doubt, 1% doubt will take away 99% of rest of the things for you.
So true.
And
Absolutely.
law of attraction is a wide topic, but yes, thoughts becoming things is the key to it. So what you think consistently, you become. So for example, I was watching a video of many of the Bollywood celebrities who have followed the law of attraction to achieve what they have, and I shared that video with you also.
Yeah.
And in fact,
I could resonate so well with it. I told you.
because
Absolutely.
every time I look at it, I get goosebumps because
Yeah.
if simple people can just apply these simple things and they can achieve so much, and we can also, and everybody can, right? It's just
Yeah.
that, and as I say, it is very simple but not easy.
Yeah, it's not easy. That's right. You have to practice it. I think it's a daily practice. It's just like daily brushing your teeth, and you have to be, you have to do that.
Absolutely,
Very,
absolutely.
very, very true. In fact, all those who do not know, Gagan is also doing course for law of attraction for people. Just enroll in. I mean, it's gonna change your life. It's just not because he's doing it. Of course, I have witnessed it, and it changes lives. So please, all those who actually want to change your life can enroll yourself.
Thank you.
Now, you're welcome. The biggest thing, how to control anxiety, stress in COVID-19. I see many of people coming up, many of my children, students coming up, or in fact clients coming up. We're feeling depressed. Ghar baithe baithe.
Hmm.
They are just coming to me. You won't believe me. We every day have a session just because they want me to speak something so that they are not feeling depressed.
Yeah.
So how do we control it?
Look, first of all, of course, the acceptance is that this is a really tough time, and in fact, this is once in a lifetime thing which happens. I think our parents have witnessed it. I was talking to my parents that they have witnessed wars and emergency, so they have stayed home. But for
Yeah.
our generation, this is the first time that we have to stay home. And for us, all of us being so social nowadays and people going out and to stay home is very difficult. Point is that we have become robots in a way, right? Going to work, coming back home, just having dinner with the family, and then going back home, going to work again. And it, I read it somewhere. I think Albert Einstein said that if you do same thing every day, it's called insanity. So we were doing insanity every day, going to work, coming back home, having dinner. So now, and that insanity has been fed to our subconscious that that's normal, right? So now we have the opportunity of the lifetime to be home and be close to our loved ones and talk about things we have not spoken for so many years is difficult for us. And I acknowledge that. And as you said, there's so many people, my clients also ask me that how to manage it. First thing is that, the things you need to, it's a good time to introspect. Okay. And
Yeah.
I have seen a couple of people introspecting and taking a redirection, that they have been doing X thing for so many number of years, and what is it giving them, and they don't have answers. So to control anxiety, stress, of course, make, even if you're working from home, first is that make a schedule of how you're going to work. Anxiety is that you get up in the morning, just office ka laptop login kar diya hai, okay, we'll do XYZ thing, then we'll watch Netflix, okay, and then watch news. Again, a very clear instruction: just watch news, not more than 5 minutes every day, because what they're feeding, it is feeding negativity.
Negativity.
Even in the normal, even in the normal times, I don't read newspaper, and even if I have to, it comes to my house, I pick up the sports page first of all, right, and then I go to the editorials. Because first thing you will do is you get up in the morning, you look at a newspaper, what will be there? So it will be primarily
Yeah.
100 people killed,
Yeah.
this happened, this has happened, and first thing in the morning is coming to your subconscious is negativity.
Yeah.
And then we live in fear. Acha, if we go there, हमारे साथ ऐसा ना हो जाए, हमारे साथ my family should be safe. Okay. But when you're staying home, don't watch news more than 5 minutes. That's feeding a lot of negativity. Okay. And of course, there are difficult times, that fear, you're letting your fear overcome being heavier on you, is not the right thing. And to control your anxiety, stress, work out a bit. If you can't work out, at least take stairs, go to your terrace, do some walk, do some relaxing muscle exercises, learn some new skills. There are so many courses which are there on online, on LinkedIn, or very many other websites, which are which are at the price of a coffee.
Yeah.
That's what I say, because when you go out and meet a friend, you spend $1,000 at least, right? You can learn a new language, which will give you a direction, which will give you life-changing thing, and also, and being at the comfort of home, talk to your loved ones, talk to your parents, talk to your spouse, talk to your spouse.
So true.
It can be uncomfortable, but it is going to be worth
Yeah.
it. For example, today is a very auspicious day. I recommend and I suggest all of you, go to your parents, go to your loved one, hug them, tell them you love them, and look at the energy changing of the house.
So right. So very right. I agree
Right?
with you. Yeah.
Call up your best friend, call up your cousin, call up your sisters, brothers, and tell them you love them. Not just Happy Bisaki or anything. Call them you love them. How many times you say that? No, we don't do that.
Yeah,
Right?
actually, practically, we're not doing that. Very true. I think people might have got such a learning from you. Let's take up a quick question. Rima and you all asked, despite trying, we still get negative thoughts or fear. How to handle that?
Okay. Despite trying, we still get negative thoughts or fear. How to handle that? Okay. So, look, Rima, another good question, that negative thoughts. Look, negativity is all within us only. What I say is that हमारे अंदर एक बेताल है, right, which sits on our shoulder. That if you're taking a step for your future, or going to do anything good, that betal will once in a while trouble you. Ki, Acha, Gagan, are you going to do that? You might not succeed. What if people laugh on you? What will if people criticize? That negativity is all within us.
Yeah.
Okay. Despite trying, don't have to try. You have to adapt it as a daily habit. Till the time you will try to be positive, you will not be positive. Sorry. You have to make it a habit. Ever since you get up in the morning, you have to make it a habit. And negative thoughts or fear, yes, those are prevalent. But you decide in your subconscious that once in a while, if those negative thoughts or you're feeling low on some day, it's okay not to be okay at times. Okay, you can't overthink it. Out of 365 days, yeah, 30 days in a month, one day I am low and I'm feeling negative. It's okay not to be okay. That day just take for yourself. Listen to some music, indulge in good food. Don't overindulge in anything. But then negative thoughts will always be there. I think I am a coach. I am inspiring many people. I coach many people. At times in a day or during the month, I also face this challenge, because we are humans. End of the day, we are not robots. You
Yeah,
know,
very true.
negative thoughts will come to us, not directly, but maybe because in this situation, as in COVID-19, that if you get to know that somebody in your neighborhood has got you know symptoms of coronavirus, of course you will have fear about
Yeah,
your family's well-being. So which is
yeah,
okay. Fear also drives good things, because at that time you become positive and say, "Acha, हमारा पड़ोसी है तो क्या, I will nothing will happen to me." So fear also plays a directional message to you. You know how
right.
you take it, because in this example, fear will keep you safe also.
Yeah,
So I hope I
absolutely. I
answered.
hope. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. Thank you so very much. Quickly, a small message for your listeners, and then we wrap up.
Okay. Yes. Stay positive. Thank you, Soline, for having me. In fact, positivity is a choice. Keep consistent effort to it. Make your loved one feel special. And what this COVID 19 has taught us is that there's no work which is smaller or bigger. Okay.
Yeah,
After this is over, let's try and be more kind to people of all the genres, people who are doing, the house cleaning, the housemaids, or in fact, people who are there on the roads. Let's be more kind to them. We have not appreciated them for so many years, right? While we are sitting in the comfort of our homes, they people are still working day in and day out so that we can live in a clean society,
absolutely.
right? So
Absolutely.
for 2020, the mantra is, for rest of the year, is be more kind to people first, and add the first person in that list has to be you. Be more kind to you.
Kind.
Forgive
Right.
yourself for mistakes you have made. Forgive yourself for decisions you have taken wrong, and be kind to yourself, to other people around you. Stay positive, and of course, stay connected for a daily dose of positivity, and take vitamin G every day.
So
So
true.
that's what
Okay.
my final message is for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming in, giving us so much of your time. That was really, really a learning. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Celine. Thank you, everyone.
Bye. So here we had Vitamin G, who gave us a learning that it's very, very important to stay positive. Of course, not today, not tomorrow, but always, so that we live a peaceful life. I hope you had a good learning too. Stay tuned. When we come tomorrow, back to you again. Take care.